I joined this server on natural disaster survival and saw a wild eggletsky. I charged at him with murderous intent as he begged for mercy, but I had none to give. Then all of a sudden many eggletsky appeared. Oh no. I ran in fear. Luckily, I made it onto a rocket just in time. The eggletskys couldn't hold on and fell to their demise. I thanked my pilot, Mordecai, and just as I thought I was safe, the eggletskys showed up on the rocket. Turns out Mordecai had led me right to them. I ran as fast as I could, but they caught up. Left with no other options, I stood there in fear as they surrounded me. One eggletsky slashed me off the ledge into the water to never return. I ran in fear as the army of eggletskys charged at me mercilessly. Seeking refuge in the building I disguised as an employee. They didn't suspect a thing and walked past me. They went upstairs, and curious to what they were plotting, I followed them with utmost caution. Suddenly I was spotted. Oh no! As he ran back to go inform the other eggletskys of my spying, I knew I had no choice but to make a stand. I ran down and brutally slashed a eggletsky to the point he didn't even know to die until I was halfway up the stairs fleeing from the other two eggletskys. At the top of the stairs I could run no longer. Swords in hand, I slashed the other eggletsky into a scrambled pile of red parts on the floor. The last eggletsky, fearful for his life, laggily sprinted down the stairs and into the rubble, never to be seen again, or so I thought. I climbed the truss up to where the great fight against the eggletsky would commence. With barely a greeting, we turned to brutally slashing each other into scrambled eggs. However, the sandstorm was tearing apart the tower we were standing on. I could hear the cries of metal creaking underneath me. Suddenly, I jumped back as I heard a snap in the floor, and eggletsky, not reacting in time, plummeted down the tower to his sandy demise. Or so I thought. It seems that eggletsky had a trick up his sleeve. Later, as I was getting ready to launch my evil rocket of evilness, I saw someone trying to get up here. The eggletsky somehow survived. It must have been the chicken. He used it last second to stay alive. But how about he tries 3 lives next time? I thought as we slashed at each other mercilessly. But as everything started falling apart to the relentless sandstorm, the chunky eggletsky, after eating so much gosh darn chicken, jumped onto my head, which caused me to get a concussion. I tumble off the tower. As eggletsky looked down, I splattered on the ground like Humpty Dumpty, never to be seen again. Maybe. I somehow arose from the rubble despite facing a seemingly fatal injury. I heard the shuffling of bricks that I was certain was not from the raging sandstorm that dared to destroy my evil rocket of evilness. It was eggletsky. He, too, had survived the tower, crumbling into a pile of bricks that fell upon him. We met face to face. Our swords were unsheathed in sync with the realization that what stood before you might be the last thing you see, or you might be the last thing it sees. But we did not charge, for we knew that fighting now will make even the survivor unable to get out of this ravenous sandstorm in one piece. I could kill him here and now, but I needed his chicken if I wanted to live. And he knew if he didn't share, I would turn him to scrambled eggs. So I lowered my sword, and he did his. And just this time only we put our conflicts aside and made it out alive.